In tonight's Eye on KELOLAND, Tom Hansen talks with them about what is causing the increase and what can be done to stop the proliferation of drug use in the state.
There is a war on drugs underway in KELOLAND. Even the nation's top law enforcement official, the Attorney General of the United States, knows it is a growing problem in South Dakota. Merrick Garland met with state and local law enforcement officers in mid-August and told them the U.S. Attorney's Office in South Dakota is well aware of the problem.
This office has worked tirelessly to stop the flow of fentanyl into our communities. We know that a single dose of fentanyl can be deadly, and that is why we will never stop working to end this epidemic.
The bad news is fentanyl is easier to get and cheaper than ever.
The supply of fentanyl is rising. The street value is going down. So when people are paying less, you know there's more supply out there. And so we're seeing the effects of that as the supply is readily available.
Fentanyl is a potent synthetic opioid approved in the 1960s as a painkiller. Illicit fentanyl, primarily manufactured in secret foreign labs, is smuggled into the United States. It is around 100 times more potent than morphine and 50 times more powerful than heroin. Users report euphoria and extreme relaxation.
Years ago, it was $25 a pill in town. Now it's down to $5 a pill. Supply is there, demand is there, and we're going to continue seeing problems until we really interrupt the demand.
Fentanyl gets the attention because it's so deadly in small amounts. But meth is still a problem drug in this area. Just a few decades ago, police were busting meth labs, but those days are gone.
I don't remember the last time I prosecuted a meth lab case here in South Dakota. It's been a while. And that's because you can get it so cheap across the border. There are no protections put in place, and it's a direct line into our states, including South Dakota.
More than 6,200 people faced drug charges in South Dakota in 2023. Jackley says bringing that number down will take a three-pronged approach.
Again, number one, it's shut down the border. Number two, continue to let law enforcement do its job. And then prevention and treatment.
According to Jackley, prosecuting suspected drug dealers has become more difficult because of delays. He says it's not the defense attorneys, the prosecutors, or the courts that slow down the prosecution of drug dealers. It's the testing of the drugs. There's such a backlog in cases that labs just can't keep up.
That is important because, number one, we don't want to prosecute an innocent person. And number two, we want those cases moved through the system, especially if we're dealing with an individual that can provide us information regarding a drug distribution ring. We want that information as soon as possible so we can act upon it and shut it down here in South Dakota.
Testing is done by the South Dakota Department of Health. Some testing can be done in Rapid City and Sioux Falls, but in many cases it is sent out of state. Jackley says he wants to work with the governor and the legislature to address this problem. Whether it's fentanyl, meth, or any other illegal drug, Sioux Falls Police Chief John Toome says law enforcement can only do so much. He's talked with his kids about drugs and encourages fellow parents to do the same.
You may only get one chance with fentanyl, and that's the time that it takes your life. And I think having these conversations, making sure that our kids know and interrupting that demand so we make it's just not a desirable thing to pursue, and that there's stigma that's negative that's attached to it, that, you know what, it's not a joke, it's not a party drug, it can be your life.
With Eye on KELOLAND, I'm Tom Hansen.